So here we have Bailey. We are in Lowe's just walking around. I'm going to show you a bit about Bailey's leash walking. So I just gave him a little treat because his handler focus is just being strengthened here. So every time he looks at me, I say, yes, good boy, and give him that reward just to strengthen that handler focus a little bit more than it already is. So we're just walking around. I say this way when I change direction. Here we go. So he looks up at me, so I say, yes, good boy. He's just looking around and give him that treat when he does look at me. There we go. Sometimes it's a little distracting to take that treat. So he is just walking along my left side. He's about to greet someone. So I let him say hello. Keep that extra positive. I want to make these experiences positive. So if he doesn't have a service vest on, in a store setting, he is free to get pet by any other people, and I want that too because it just helps desensitize and socialize them, which is really what we want. So I just told Bailey this way, and we're gonna keep walking. Now he is on my left side, so I want him to stay like that. Here we go. So anytime he gives me that little signal up to me, I give him that treat and say good boy. Just like if he's walking along my left side really nicely. So he just looked up at me, made eye contact. So I said, yes, good boy, gave him that treat because I want that good handler focus. I want him to associate me with positive rewards. So giving that little treat or even just a praise if you don't have treats really helps, or even any positive marker words. So when he goes to smell something, I can let it happen for a little bit unless we're really focusing on that leash walking continuously. Then I just say leave it and keep walking, telling him this way. So I'm letting him look around at places. Just helps that desensitizing to get him used to all those sights and things like that. Here I'm telling Bailey to sit with that hand gesture up, the hand signal, and then I'm going to tell him to down. And then when he does it, I'm going to say, yes, good boy, give him that treat. And then I picked the leash up and said this way. And then he's staying by my left side just like that. So I give him that treat. I don't want him going out in front of me. So I said, this way and change direction. Here we go. So that good handler focus right there. I give him some pets. Tell him he's a good boy. Untangle his leash. We go. So this, I'm just telling him, good boy, yes. Those positive marker words making it a positive experience for him in the store. I never want him to be scared or him to have a negative experience because I always want him to enjoy going out and getting socialized. In these types of environments, it's really healthy for them. So here, whenever he looks up at me, like I said, that great handler focus, the eye contact, I'm going to say, yes, good boy. Give him some praise or a treat. There we go. So here we're maneuvering around some stuff that was in our way. So I just kept telling Bailey this way, keeping him to my left side, or at least trying to. Sometimes he wants to go smell stuff, so I just tell him this way and keep walking, and he'll catch up to me eventually. And I want that nice loose leash. That way he can go out in front of me and he can mess up, so I can fix that to work on our mistakes. There we go. So he left my side a little too much. So then he came back and looped around. He's going to say hi to that person. Sometimes they don't always want to pet them, but we give them that opportunity if the people do want to pet Bailey. But Bailey's being really good here. He goes out in front of me just a little bit, so I just told him, And then I continued walking him, telling this way. Just like that. So another person wanted to pet him, so I let them pet him. So in this clip, he's going out in front of me, and I'm telling him, easy. Just let him hit that end of the leash, and then he corrected himself and came right back. And I said, yes, good boy. Gave him extra pets, and then continued walking. Now that's what we really want, is them to know how to correct themselves. So we let them mess up, so they learn how to correct it. So he did the same thing here. He looped actually around my backside and I was right back at the left side. So I just told him, yes, good boy. Continued walking and giving him those extra pets. There we go. So he might see something interesting that perks his attention, but I still want him to focus again with that nice loose leash, being able to walk to my left side with that loose leash. So he does see something interesting. I think there was a person walking towards us. So he wanted to say hi, but they didn't want to say hi to him. So we just continued walking in respect of that person's space. There we go. He's staying right by my left side. So I'm just telling him, yes, good boy. And then this way, that time I told him this way, made sure he didn't go up in that person's business, just because I want to respect the person again. So I just gave him a little pet because he was being really good. I want to keep it positive. Tell him he's been a good boy. Telling him this way when we change direction. So again, he walked out in front of me. So I said, hold that leash strong. And I actually just changed direction here. And again, I don't want to pull him back towards me. I want to hold the end of that leash firm and let him hit the end of it so he knows that he did it to himself. I don't want to ever pull him back because it actually just teaches them to pull more. So we're going through a lot of different obstacles here. I don't want Bailey to go out in front of me. So I lure him with that treat to my left side. Oh, and then he's going into that down. I give him extra pets. Tell him, yes, he's a good boy. And then give him some cuddles and pets. And then I pick that leash up again and told him this way. So in this clip, Bailey is actually doing a sit stay. So I just put him in that sit, told him stay without any treats with that flat open hand like a stop sign. So I'm walking away, giving that distance. Reminding him stay. And then I'm actually going to walk right back up to him. I'm going to tell him stay again. Now he did get up here just because he thought we were going to start walking again. So I just told him, put him back in that sit and told him stay. Walk down this way. And then I started walking back and I'm going to go release him from this sit stay. So I went up, pet him nicely, nice and calmly, and then I told him the release word, which is okay. Very good. And then I'm going to tell him he's a good boy. In this one, Bailey is doing a down stay, so I put him in that down, told him stay, again with the same stop sign hand, and then again I'm walking away to the end of the aisle, and he's doing very well. So as soon as I go up, I'm going to tell him stay again with that flat open hand as I pass him, just to make sure he has to stay. He knows he has to stay in that spot and not to get up and lay down again. So I'm going to go behind. I'm going to remind him stay again with that hand, and then I'm going to go behind the aisle and then peek right back out when he did very well. So I'm going to go back up to Bailey. I'm going to give him those nice calm pets without any treats yet. You don't want to give him those treats until they're done. So he did sit up because he thought I was going to release him, but I wasn't quite yet. So I told him stay again and backed away. So you don't want to give them any treats during this command, only slight praise and calm praise because you don't want to rile them up while they're in that stay. So I'm going to go up, pet Bailey, tell him he's a good boy, and then give him that release word, which is always okay.